Swift as the wind, as silent as a forest, as fierce as fire, as immovable as a mountain. Fu Rin Kazan. The phrase on the war banners of Takeda Shingen, a feudal lord in days gone by, that inspired the name Ventforet Kofu, the Windy Forest. Well, from the Windy Forest to the bright lights in the big city in the Japan National Stadium in Tokyo, and the AFC Champions League round of 16, as Ulsan HD, two-time champions, now seek to get the second half of the job done against the surprise package of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. They've been glittering entertainers, Ventforet Kofu, a second division team in this country, not expected to even come close to the AFC Champions League, and yet they've made it all the way through the group stage to the round of 16, and there last week they came up against an unsentimental Ulsan HD, the winners in 2012 and 2020, who won by 3 goals without reply over today's hosts. This may be their swan song. This may be a fond farewell. It may be that they've made this trip for the last time. Well, if that's the case, they're going out fighting. And don't rule out Ventforet Kofu. Never rule out Ventforet Kofu. Look at what they did to get here. Not just to get through the group stage, where their campaign had a slightly stuttery beginning, but to even reach the AFC Champions League in the first place, to win the Emperor's Cup, Japan's Premier Cup competition, by beating J1 team after J1 team. They were expected to eventually fade, to crumble under the pressure, to just quietly retreat to the lower leagues, back to J2, stay where you belong, home you go. No, they said, not us. We are Ventforet Kofu, and we belong in the big time. And this is the big time, this is the big place. This is the stadium that hosted the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games in Tokyo just a couple of years ago. It's a place to dream, a place of sporting excellence, a place with the Ventforet Kofu fans hoping that this night will be talked about for years, decades to come. The night they turned the tie around. The only problem is they're taking on Ulsan HD, who don't care in the slightest about their sentimental story, who have no interest in fairy tales. A football team from the Republic of Korea who have been used to winning. A football team who've won the K-League 2 seasons in a row. This, quite simply, is Ulsan HD's to lose, and there are very, very few who think they will do that. And what about you, wherever you're watching from? Are your heart and head agreeing with each other? Let's find out in the National Stadium in Tokyo. The AFC Champions League is in full swing.
공격형인가?
The AFC Champions League 2023-2024 is at the round of 16 stage, and what a home here in the National Stadium in Tokyo as Ventforet Kofu take on Ulsan HD. The visitors from Korea Republic have won this competition on 2 occasions, and they took the first leg by the scruff of the neck, winning it by 3-0. Now they are poised to end the dream, end the fairy tale of Ventforet Kofu. But hold on just a moment, won't you? Because this is the Ventforet Kofu that performed upset after upset after upset to lift the Emperor's Cup in 2022 and to get to this tournament in the first place. They are ready for this. It's an uphill battle, but that's how they like it. Bonyarifad is the referee. The home team needs goals tonight, and the 2 most likely to provide them are number 91 Fabian Gonzalez and number 99 Peter Utaka. 31-year-old Gonzalez has just joined the club from Jubilo Iwata and has played extensively in Peru and his native Colombia. Utaka, now 40, has 3 goals in 7 games in this season's AFC Champions League. Can they turn this tie on its head? Would Bonyarifad from the Islamic Republic of Iran. Very experienced referee. And the 2 captains, as we see the name of Muhammad Taki of Singapore, who is the head VAR official. Captains Masahiro Sekiguchi on the left and Kim Ki-hee on the right. Experienced defender Kim Young-gwon has returned from AFC Asian Cup duty. The 33-year-old wears at number 19 and plays in his 66th Champions League game tonight. Number 31, Ataru Esaka, is from Japan and won the Champions League with the Aurora Red Diamonds. He will play in a midfield that has plenty of quality to look for in attack, especially number 19, Martin Adam. On the substitutes bench for Ventforet Kofu, Adailton, the 33-year-old who has just joined this club after 4 years in this city, playing for FC Tokyo. On the substitutes bench for Ulsan HD, Kelvin, who wears number 97, another Brazilian who has just joined the club. Ventforet Kofu affect the most remarkable turnaround in the Champions League this season? Let's find out. The very warmest of welcomes to you indeed, wherever you call home and whoever you are supporting in this, the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. The setting is the Japan National Stadium in the beautiful and vast megalopolis of Tokyo, as Ventforet Kofu in possession with their captain Masahiro Sekiguchi take on Ulsan HD. of Korea Republic. The visitors won the first leg by 3-0, and therefore are expected to see this out comfortably. But you just never know. You just never know in this great competition. Toriaki with the cross, looking for anyone and unable to find the last possible option, Junma Miyazaki. It's one of those matches that will be absolutely enthralling if Ventforet Kofu can score early on. Ulsan HD were excellent in the first leg. For them is Kim Ji-hyun, joined the club in 2021. Just came off the heels of Yunta Imazu, the vice-captain of Ventforet Kofu. He's just rejoined the club after a year at Vivaren Nagasaki. And here is Kim Young-gwon, who makes a return to the club after being one of many players in the vast and diverse continent of Asia, who was part of the international scene at the AFC Asian Cup in Qatar. Lee Dong-kyung. Well, it's absolutely in the interests of Ulsan HD to not allow this to be a pacey and aggressive start from the home team. Scoring goals are a luxury rather than a necessity for them tonight, obviously, and their performance in the first leg has set them up to really see this through quite comfortably. But if you are watching Ventforet Kofu for the first time, well, in 3 of their 6 group matches, they scored 3 goals, or at least 3 goals. They started with, believe it or not, just 1 goal in the first 3 games. 4 points out of 9 as there's an early opportunity here for Ventforet Kofu to put the ball into the box. Yoshiyuki Shinoda, the head coach, he's from Kofu, a city of around about 190,000 people, just westwards from Tokyo. It takes a couple of hours to get here. Actually played for the club briefly in the 1990-91 season. Katahiro Sato. Number 91 is Fabian Gonzalez. Should be comfortably played back, and it is by Imazu to Kohei Kawata, part of the Gamba Osaka team that won the J-League in 2014. Now at 36, he's been with Ventforet Kofu for the best part of a decade. Miscontrolled by Utaka. Sekiguchi Tries to put it in. Just evaded number 34, Takuro Kimura, on the edge of the area. Ataru Esaka back in Tokyo. A man from Sando in the southwest of Honshu in Japan. Is Eduardo Mancha, the Brazilian centre-back. Played in that Emperor's Cup final win for Ventforet Kofu in the extraordinary run that saw them probably make it to the AFC Champions League for the very first time. Those of you, as that's kept from being a corner kick by Jo Hyun-woo, those of you who are new to watching the AFC Champions League, perhaps you've come to the competition after the Asian Cup. I'll talk a little about the nomenclature of these teams. Ventforet Kofu, as we look at Hong Myung-bo, the head coach of Ulsan. What a player. Over 130 appearances for the Korea Republic national team. He said after the first game, the first leg, it wasn't perfect, but the players performed better than we'd prepared. Easy stop for Joe. He's one of the players who was at the AFC Asian Cup and was unexpectedly thrust into the limelight after Kim Sung-gyu ruptured his cruciate ligament. Came in after the first game to become the first choice goalkeeper from then on. But yes, Ventforet Kofu, very interesting origins of their name. Comes from a phrase by a feudal lord that was emblazoned across the war banners of Takeda Shingen's troops. The phrase is as swift as the wind, as silent as a forest, as fierce as fire, as immovable as a mountain. Fu Rin Kazan. It's a shortened form of the full phrase, obviously, and it's led to the French Ventforet, windy forest, or wind and forest. As for Ulsan Hyundai, Ulsan HD, in their period of rebranding, as Sato looks for a tricky ball forward there to Juma Miyazaki. Ulsan actually founded as Hyundai Horangi in 1983. Horangi, Korean for tiger. They still go by the nickname Tigers. Ulsan is in the southeast of the beautiful country that is Korea Republic. It's one of the larger settlements, 7th largest in Korea Republic. Should be easy for Ko Sung-bom to cut out. Juma Miyazaki wearing number 19, one of the younger players in the team, 23. Scored the goal that won the semi-final of the Emperor's Cup. Made a name for himself in club folklore when he did so. Now, chance on the counter-attack here. Purposefully played forwards. Lee Dong-kyung, and then off the post and put in. with the very first opportunity. They've scored. Kim Ji-hyun makes it Ventforet Kofu 0, Ulsan HD 1. And that's his first ever goal in the AFC Champions League. That's the problem. You try to dominate against this team, try to attack, and they'll hit you on the counter. That's the ball, brilliantly played forwards. Then you've got Lee Dong-gyong in a good position. He makes the right call, bringing into play the overlap. Back off the post with a little fortune for Kim Ji-hyun, as On-sung nearly had his fourth AFC Champions League goal. It's a real shame for the Ventforet Kofu fans, because they were seeing their team make a positive start to the match. And now the task has become harder still. Torekai. Sekiguchi. Sato. Really rather miscommunicated. 11th minute goal from Kim Ji-hyun. Joined the club in 2021 from Gangwon, his first club. Didn't really play much in the title-winning season because he was completing his military service with Gimcheon Sangmu, the army club. Well be that a change is enforced early on. Hwang Sok-ho is getting ready to appear. It's the captain, Kim Hee-hee. Well, this is a sensible move, because if Kim Ki-hee is injured in any way, there's no need to risk him. He's a very important figure in the team, and so with the tie 4-0 in their favour, Kim is replaced by Hwang Sok-ho. Just joined the club from Japan. He was playing for Sagan Tosu, and it's a 16th appearance in the AFC Champions League for Hwang Sok-ho, who is an Olympic bronze medalist from London in 2012, and his current manager was the head coach of the Korea Republic under-23 team. Had a long spell, Hwang Sok-ho, in Japan, of over 250 appearances, but never actually played against Ventforet Kofu. Eduardo Mancha on the diagonal, asks a lot of Peter Utaka, but he's done well to bring it under control. .40 now, as of just over a week ago, Peter Utaka. Clear foul on goal scorer Kim Ji-hyun. Ioana Kobayashi, another of the vice captains. There are a few of them. Fabian Gonzalez Lasso. Now to Imazu. Kimura, who's on loan from the Yokohama F. Marinos. Gonzalez to Utaka. Kimura. Miyazaki just can't create a clear chance to play the ball in. It's brought down by Sekiguchi. Now to the Sekiguchi. Back to Imazu, who has a brief opportunity to hit that, and it was closed down quickly enough from an Ulsan perspective. He did very well, Kim Ji-hyun. Out wide from Lee Dong-kyung. Is Sol Young-woo. Scored in the first leg. He's been at Ulsan for his entire career, came right the way through the youth team, making his first team debut in 2020. And played nicely at the AFC Asian Cup. We saw some real promise from him. He's still only 25. There is Martin Adam of Budapest in Hungary. Score of 5 in 6 in the AFC Champions League. Gonzalez Lasso of Puerto Tejano in the southwest of Colombia. Well known for a spell in his home country with Millonarios. Also played in Peru for clubs like Academic Cantolao. That comes off the referee clearly. Very interesting. Martin Adam, only 5 goals in the league last season in 30 appearances, but fantastic in the AFC Champions League. This competition seems to really suit him. When he has scored in this competition, he's followed it up with another. Well, if you are just joining proceedings, it's Ventforet Kofu trailing once again. 11th minute goal from Kim Ji-hyun after On-sang's shot came back off the post and rather fortuitously fell to a well-positioned Kim Ji-hyun for him to easily slot the ball into the back of the Ventforet Kofu net. And it rather knocked the stuffing out of the home team because they'd started quite energetically. Here is Gonzalez. wanted a foul to be given. (13) is Im Young-jae, another of the players who has spent his entire career at the club, apart from his military service and a brief loan to Albirex Niigata in Japan. Kim Young-won. Veteran defender has it back. It goes to a very untested Jo Hyun-woo at the moment. It's the 11th time that Ulsan HD have played in the AFC Champions League. And the winners in 2012 and 2020 made the semi-final the campaign after that win. Kim Ji-hyun. Out to Im Young-jae. Good idea from Im Young-jae, and it was read by Imazu. So, Ataru Saka. A foul by Gonzalez in attempting to win it back. And does he make contact with the ball? He certainly felt sure that he did. That gives you a glimpse of how the rain is falling in Tokyo. And I can vouch for the fact it is a very chilly day. Ball is comfortable for Kohei Kawata. Just his second appearance in this competition. Played in the win against Buriram United on the 12th of December. Third appearance, I should say. His second was in the first leg against Ulsan. Yes, the weather has really turned in Tokyo overnight. It was a very pleasant day yesterday. Bright sunshine, really quite warm. It has been very up and down over the last week or so in the city. Chance on the edge of the area potentially for Sato. He has to go out to the left wing in the end, and that rather sums up how it's been so far for Ventforet Kofu. The quest for clear chances, for good chances. Meanwhile, with one attack, the damage is done, and maybe the tie is put to bed completely. Did well Kim Ji-hyun to anticipate that ball. But the Ventforet Kofu fans are absolutely terrific. It's a huge space, the National Stadium, 69,000 or so capacity. It's had between 11 and 16,000 in it for the Ventforet Kofu games, which is a great accomplishment when one considers the size of the club and the fact that the spectators have to make quite a journey eastwards to get here. And they've been marvellous throughout. Thousands of them went to Ulsan for the first leg. And whatever happens in this tie, and it seems fairly clear what's going to happen in this tie, their supporters will look back at some pretty extraordinary times. And at players who have done the club proud, who have, I was about to say exceeded expectations, that's an inadequate phrase. They have gone far, far beyond expectations. There were no expectations. Seems fanciful to bring it up, but should Ventforet Kofu manage to score 4 goals, there is no away goals rule in this edition of the AFC Champions League. But let's worry about that if we get to it. Can they even threaten to get close to it? Bit of a painful one, that, for Gonzalez. And a yellow card shown to Kofu. He's done well, very well, Kobayashi. And then the cross, unfortunately, is wayward. Joanna Kobayashi, just a couple of appearances away from 50 in the league for Ventforet Kofu. Joined the club after graduating from Senshu University about 5 years ago. Strong in the centre of midfield. Not a good ball. Just a little beyond Lee Dong-kyung. He's kept it in play though. Did really well. Trying to burst forward and counter is Yoshiki Torikai. Sato out to the left wing, and he was looking to get that played back to him. Sato once more. Jun Miyazaki wanted it played through. Sekiguchi. If they can just find a way to engineer a goal, then the Ventforet Kofu fans will start to believe again. They arrived so early, almost wanting to drink in every last moment of this if it is the final game that they play in the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. The game kicked off at around 6 o'clock Japanese time, and there were fans arriving more than 3 hours before that, and already wanting to go in and take their seats. Great atmosphere at Sendagaya Station, which is right by the Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium and close to the National Stadium, where a lot of the spectators were arriving. As it was touched on by Gonzalez and nearly fell for a Miyazaki attempt. It's cut out by Sol Young-woo. Certainly an interesting group stage from Ulsan HD's perspective. They were second in their group. A 3-1 win at home to BG Patum United, a 1-0 loss at Kawasaki Frontale, a 3-1 win at home against Johor Darul Ta'zim, then they lost 2-1 away in Malaysia, and then beat BG Patum United. It was an anxious final game for them, 2-2 draw with Frontale, and they were 2-0 down as well. Nonetheless, they made it to the round of 16. And what they are very good at in this competition is getting through, just taking it a game at a time. Nobody is outstanding in every single minute of a title win, a trophy win. Good strength shown. Adam blocked by Eduardo Mancha. Isaka just seemed to have a flicker of a thought of hitting that. Amon Sang, wearing number 11, is now the captain after the injury to Kim Ki-hee. Stolen back by Utaka. Gonzalez, can they seize on this chance? Well, it was ambitious by Gonzalez, and really a comfortable save for Choi Hyun-woo, who palmed it away to his left-hand side, but at least there was something for Ventforet Kofu. Eduardo Mancha, a little hopeful there to Gonzalez, too easy for Kim Young-won, player of his experience. But it has just brought a bit of a lift into the stadium, that shot. He has experienced continental football before. Fabian Gonzalez Lasso played for Atlético Nacional in Colombia in the Copa Sudamericana a few years ago. Great competition. Companion to the Libertadores. 10 minutes to go until half-time. Forward is Imazu, and then, oh my goodness, he's put it over. Peter Utaka with a brilliant opportunity to make it 1-1. Well, in fact, I think he puts it wide. Yes, it's wide. I thought at first he thumped it over the bar. Total miss kick from the Nigerian. That's extraordinary. It was a brilliant chance. Yuta Imazu, coming up from centre-back, did really well to steer that ball towards the 40-year-old. Imazu forward again, or driving forward again, I should say. Here is Kimura. Utaka. Certainly better from Ventforet Kofu. But they're playing against a team who can deal with pressure being put on them. Kimura, oh, it's brilliant! Kimura, what play this is, and a good stop from Joe. Excellent run from Takuto Kimura, the player on loan from the Yokohama F. Marinos. Could be a very important acquisition this season for Ventforet Kofu. Takuto Kimura will come back to that because this is the chance. Utaka controls it, hits it, blocked, and then missed again. They've thrown away another chance. Yoshiki Torikai could not finish, and the story of this game is so clear-cut. Ulsan have had one meaningful attack and they have scored, and Ventforet Kofu really should be 2-1 ahead. That regrettably was just too ponderous from the Japanese team. Lack of accuracy and a lack of tempo in front of goal in those two great chances. I don't think one can include Kimura's chance as something that should clearly have been scored because it was such a fine run in the first place. But the chances for Utaka and for Torikai, well, they really were good ones. Free kick in the other half for Ulsan HD. Well defended. That's kept in play by Kawata. Took him a long time, Kohei Kawata, to make his debut in the AFC Champions League after he was on the substitutes bench once for Gamba Osaka in 2010. Oh, what a nice idea. Torikai stretching for it. I think Ulsan HD might wonder how that attack was able to carry on. This is a lot better from the home team. It just lacks the necessary precision. Again, as absurd as it seems to suggest there's any route back into this, they've proven themselves to be able to make comebacks against big teams, so this is a different sort of scale of Ventforet and Kofu. But if they can get a goal in the next few minutes and bound into half-time knowing that they've got something to cheer about, then it could make for a fascinating second half. Dong-gyong. Ko. Kim Ji-hyun. Saka. Touch from Kobayashi with his head, but still Ulsan HD keep the ball. It's with Sol Young-woo. The substitute Hwang Sok-ho. Im Young-jae. To a more familiar pattern now. Ulsan in full control of the ball. Well, they were in full control of the ball anyway. Sekiguchi couldn't steer it to a teammate, but they've won it back anyway. Todekai. Gonzalez not able to control it fully. Clever ball to Lee Dong-gyong, and his shot is just off target. I think he feels it got a touch to divert it away from the back of the net. Let's have a look. Well, it did, but it was from Kim Ji-hyun. There was a great opportunity to play that to number 19, Juma Miyazaki. He was making a great run. Imazu. Another example, really, of just not quite making the right decision in an attacking position. They might get punished at the other end. Kim Ji-hyun. What a chance here. What a save as well from Kawata. The captain, Won Sang, broke through the offside trap, and he's committed a foul quite clearly in trying to win that back. Good goalkeeping though from Kawata. And we move into 3 additional minutes at the conclusion of the first half. The loose ball has been stopped beautifully by Joe. That's a very good save Loose ball, shot out of nowhere, definitely got a deflection, and Jo Hyun-woo reacted superbly. That's very good goalkeeping. Eduardo Mancha stops the counter-attack in its tracks. And it's Kimura again trying to go all the way through. Sekiguchi picks it up, will shoot. Oh, good save again from Jo. Well, it's really livened up as a match in the second portion of the first half. That is quite possibly going to be a yellow card for Eduardo Mancha. Yes, it is. I think it had to be, really. Well, let's have a look at this first. He certainly stops Ulsan from moving through. This is the shot from Sato. It comes off for Esaka. Goodness me, that's great agility from Jo. And then he made a decent save from Sekiguchi just afterwards. It's absolutely clear that if Ventforet Kofu, who finished 8th in the league last season, a vast improvement on 18th the year before. Amazing that they were 18th whilst winning the Emperor's Cup. But if they play like they've done in the Champions League on a consistent basis in their domestic matches, they should be able to get back into J1. But can they get back into this match? It seems very unlikely. They've had chances, but Jo Hyun-woo has made some important saves, and there have been some rather costly misses from Ventforet Kofu. The only goal scored by Kim Ji-hyun in the 11th minute of the game, after Ulsan hit the post. Kim was in exactly the right position to make it 4-0 on aggregate. At half-time, it's Ventforet Kofu 0, Ulsan HD 1. Welcome back to the setting of the Japan National Stadium in Tokyo. Is this about to be the final 45 minutes of Ventforet Kofu's remarkable inaugural AFC Champions League campaign? They've had opportunities, real opportunities. This could be 2-1, potentially 3-1 to Ventforet Kofu. But so far the only goal was the one scored by Kim Ji-hyun in the 11th minute of the match. There is going to be a change with Adailton poised to make an appearance for Ventforet Kofu. And we're also going to have Lee Sung coming on for Ulsan HD. Juma Miyazaki replaced by the experienced Brazilian Adailton, and Lee Sung, 29, from Gyeonggi province in the northwest of the Republic of Korea. The second substitute brought on by Hong Myung-bo, who had to involve Hwang Sok-ho after Captain Kim Ki-hee's injury in the first half. There's the man who scored, and it's the goal that has put Ulsan HD 4-0 up on aggregate. Welcome to Japan's National Stadium in Tokyo in the second half of Ventforet Kofu and Ulsan HD. 4-0 on aggregate, 1-0 on the night. Kim Ji-hyun in the 11th minute. But there have been a lot of chances for Ventforet Kofu since then. They may be regretting how they handled a couple of them, if not more than a couple of them. Jo Hyun-woo made some important saves, though, as part of that. But there was one very good chance of Peter Utaka right in front of goal. He put it wide. He had another chance from virtually the penalty mark, and also wasn't able to finish. So the change at half-time made by Yoshiyuki Shinoda is to remove Juma Miyazaki and to bring on number 51, the 33-year-old Brazilian Adailton, who has just joined the club after a 4-year spell at FC Tokyo. What impact will he make? Lee Sung, wearing 24, is on for Ko Sung-bom, who was the player shown a yellow card in the first half. Ulsan HD coming forward with Kim Ji-hyun. It's cut out well by Adailton. Taka out-jumped by Hwang. Wearing the captain's armband after Kim Ki-hee's departure, Won Sung. Part of the Korea Republic team that won the Asian Games title in Hangzhou towards the end of last summer. Ulsan, clever touch there to Takuto Kimura, and he's got an opportunity to find Utaka, and Utaka has not managed to put it in. It took a touch behind for a corner. There was just a moment to potentially playing Fabian Gonzalez Lasso, but I think he had strayed offside. But that's another good move from Ventforet Kofu. Just look at this little touch from Ulsan, that's great. And then Kimura plays it to Utaka, and yes, you can see that Fabian Gonzalez Lasso has just gone ahead of the line. But a corner kick to the home team. Iwana Kobayashi will take it. They've got their fans behind the goal. The Ulsan supporters are quite a long way behind the goal of Kohei Kawata in the far corner. It is quite a big running track that goes around the outside of the stadium. It's covered over now, obviously. But as you would expect from a national stadium, it's multi-purpose. And indeed, the 2025 World Athletics Championships are going to be in this very building. Seoul. Saka. What they have done quite well for much of the game, Ulsan HD, is just hold on to the ball, use up time. This could be a chance. It's rather wasted, though, by Yoshiki Torikai. Perhaps a slightly impetuous reaction to getting that space and that sight of goal. Maybe Yoshiyuki Shinoda knows it. But I tell you what, you can't fault the determination of Ventforet Kofu. The players have not allowed themselves to be psychologically beaten by that goal from Kim Ji-hyun. Taka needs some support on the right. That's come now from Sekiguchi. Sekiguchi with the cross, and that's been unfortunately a leitmotif of the match, not quite having the quality of final ball. Kobayashi not hugely secure by Joe. Sekiguchi, a chance to hit. Blocked by veteran Kim Young-won. Now Seoul has a lot of space to come forwards. Won-sang had to check his run. Dong-gyong. Yeah, good defending from Imazu, because that was quite a useful looking ball. Foul on Fabian Gonzalez. like it was the use of the hand that was penalised. Hwang Sok-ho. Eduardo Mancha. Making a purposeful run was Iwana Kobayashi, but it was very well cut out. It was the right idea, though, from the fullback. And here he is now, Kobayashi, who had something of a breakthrough season a couple of years ago, and has started to become more important in the team. Kobayashi out on the left again, but Adailton goes to the centre towards Gonzalez, and it's easy for Im Young-jae. It's well played. Nice idea from Im Young-jae. Yutaka. Todekai. Kimura. Sekiguchi, better ball, much better ball, and well defended by Hwang. But that was higher quality from the captain Masahiro Sekiguchi. He's played every minute of the Champions League campaign so far. Dwelled on that, didn't he? Needlessly so. Adailton, he'll get it back. Adailton, oh, they've nearly got it. Another chance that's deflected wide. But really, due to dwelling on the ball, Ventforet Kofu were gifted an opportunity by Ulsan HD, and it was blocked by Esaka. Could easily have looped over the goalkeeper. They've had a couple of deflections that have ultimately not paid off. Sato, goalkeeper, clears it well. Sekiguchi. Sol Young-woo plays it short, making a run on the outside is Ahmon Sang. Instead, Lee Dong-kyung goes through the centre. They haven't really attacked much in this second half. Ulsan HD needed to concern themselves with that. They're doing it now. Lee Dong-kyung will win. No, it's actually only a goal kick. I thought he was going to get a corner off Eduardo Mancha. He's had some interesting spells of his career, Eduardo Mancha, playing for a club in Malta, also playing in Iran and Portugal. She played in the UEFA Europa League for Birkirkara in Malta. Substitute Lee Gyu-sung to the goal scorer Kim Ji-hyun. Ulsan. That's good work. The run was intelligent from Ulsan. Thought it might have been perhaps that position used more purposefully by Ulsan, but they're quite happy to be conservative. The quarter-final beckons for those that advance beyond the round of 16 in this new calendar format for the AFC Champions League. A competition that is going to evolve further in the years ahead. The elite portion of the Champions League will make its debut soon. And Ulsan HD are secure of a place in that, having won the K-League last season. So of the contest gone. Maybe Ulsan HD have weathered that little positive spell from Ventforet and Kofu. Perhaps that was the home team's chance to create an opportunity to transform a match really in unfathomable circumstances. Now the changes are made. So Fabian Gonzalez Lasso and Yoshiki Todekai are going off. We now see number 9, Kazushi Mitsuhira, 36-year-old who has scored 23 goals in all competitions for the club. He scored the first goal in the Emperor's Cup final. And joining him is number 8, Kosuke Taketomi, 3 years younger at 33. Played in the R16 team that made the quarter-finals in 2015 in this competition. Actually scored 4 goals, his only 4 goals in the AFC Champions League. So one attacker and one midfielder off, one attacker, one midfielder on. Corner kick. Kazuhiro Sato will take it. Rejoined the club at the start of the season, having played for Ventforet in 2018 and 2019. He looks to try and find the likes of Utaka. Just goes over the top of him, and then from the edge of the area, rather hopefully hit by Kobayashi. Sekiguchi to Adailton. Oh, not a bad idea. Did score a couple of goals in the 2020 edition of the tournament at Ailton for FC Tokyo. Imazu goes back to Kohei Kawata, who hasn't had much really to do beyond that early attack from Ulsan. Monsang. Igusa. signed from his first club, Ulsan Park. A change forthcoming for Ulsan. Ju Min-kyu is going to replace Martin Adam. Not really much to speak of in terms of clear action in front of goal for Martin Adam in this match. And here is 33-year-old Ju Min-kyu, the vice-captain of Ulsan HD. Rejoined the club last year from Jeju United, and he scored twice against Ventforet Kofu in the first leg. That's onside, and it might be now or never for Ventforet Kofu, and it still hasn't worked. Actually, it was offside. I think it looked a little tight. Kazushi Mitsuhira was the player who just strayed ahead. He's close. That would certainly have been reviewed. Great defending, though, from Kim Young-gwon. Tom shakes off a little pull there from Sol. Corner kick. Well, they've had only about 30% of the ball, Ventforet Kofu, but they've got 99% of the support, and they've had most of the chances. Sato to try and produce something to test Jo Hyun-woo. That won't. That's not really that much better from Sato. Oh, what a good shot. Takudo Kimura. He looks a bright and interesting young player, doesn't he? Young man who was on loan last season to Ehime in the third tier, actually won the title with them, played 18 times. So he stepped up one level domestically this season. Utaka, a little space emerges for him. Good stop from Joe. Just needs a touch more power, perhaps, from Peter Utaka. Another important save from Jo Hyun-woo. No mistake in terms of the quality of his push away of the ball to the left-hand side. No chance of a rebound. Kim Young-gwon heading it away. Mitsuhira, he'll get it back. Chance to cross, perhaps. Now the cross does come in. And Utaka, oh, Lee Dong-kyung did well. It's another strong spell for Ventforet Kofu. And they're going to remove the bright young prospect who's certainly enhanced his credentials today. Takuto Kimura bows as he is replaced by Koya Hayashida, who's only a year older at 24. Graduate of Kanto Gakuin University in 2021, joined the club straight afterwards. And this is his 8th appearance in the Champions League. He's played in every single game. And Ailton. And he's had a positive impact since coming on, no question. Sekiguchi. Taka in the middle near the penalty mark. The substitute Koya Hayashida wanted that ball. And that's an important touch made by Hwang Sok-ho, because Utaku was ready to put it in. Once more, Kazuhiro Sato with the corner kick. Being out swinger. Eduardo Mancha had his eye on it. Im Young-jae moves it laterally as we get close to the final portion of this game. Only about 20 minutes or so left. I think from a neutral point of view, one would hardly begrudge Ventforet Kofu scoring a goal, giving their fans a splendid send-off at the National Stadium. There's no shame in being beaten by Ulsan, an exceptional team with great history in this competition. We have to remember that virtually none of the Ventforet Kofu players had any continental footballing experience before this season. You look at the Ulsan players, you've got somebody like Kim Young-gwon, who's played in this competition so many times and is making his 66th appearance today. He's won it twice. Both of his titles were won with Guangzhou Evergrande in the People's Republic of China. He also won 6 Chinese Super League titles. It gives you a sense of perspective, doesn't it, the levels of these two teams in terms of the personnel on an individual player-by-player basis. They've punched so impressively above their weight, Ventforet Kofu, throughout. They've only had a few spells in J1. They were relegated in 2017 most recently. I'm sure some of you remember their first spell in the Japanese top flight. And I'm sure some of you, going back even further, remember their first spell in J2 when they had an awful beginning, losing 25 consecutive games in 1999, only surviving by there being no relegation from J2. Yellow card for Lee Dong-kyung. Not a well-controlled challenge, certainly. Takahiro Ida. will come on for Kazuhiro Sato. Ida, 29, from Sakuragawa in the east of Honshu, Japan's main island. He's on loan from Kyoto. Oh, that unexpectedly nearly fell to Kosuke Taketomi. Mancha forward. Q has it. A little too forceful in the use of the arms. Yuta Imazu. I think they're very pleased to have him back at the club. Yuta Imazu, after almost 80 appearances in his first spell with Ventforet. Gustav Ludvigsson is going to come on along with Kim Min-woo. Sol Young-woo. Clever ball forward to Ju Min-kyu. Still, Ventforet Kofu search for a goal. Ida from the right back position. And now the gentleman who scored the only goal of the match will come off, Kim Ji-hyun. This is how he did it in the 11th minute after An Won-sang struck the post. Kim was there, and it basically finish the tie-off, just in case there was any doubt. Lee Dong-kyung is also departing, and we have on Gustav Ludvigsson wearing number 17, 30-year-old from Gothenburg in Sweden, and or I should say Kim Min-woo has come on wearing number 25. So we have two players on now who played for Sagan Tosu in Japan, along with Hwang Sok-ho. Kim Min-woo was there and actually played against Ventforet Kofu in the Japanese second tier back in 2010. One wonders if he's got any memory of it at all. So long ago, was it? Taketomi controls it well out to Kobayashi. Imazu. Substitute Mitsuhira. Sekiguchi. Mitsuhira does well to find space for Ida. Can he cross? He can, but Otaka couldn't control, and Taketomi couldn't keep it down. Bring it under control. Number 17, Gustav Ludvigsson, joined the club from Hammarby in Sweden last year, had a couple of years there. He's got an amazing family history in the sporters, Gustav Ludvigsson. His great-grandfather, Robert Zander, competed at the Olympic Games in 1920 and 1924 in the men's football competition. Adelton. Still a roar and hope, the Ventforet Kofu fans. Adelton's ball cut out. Kobayashi gets it back. Nice control from the Brazilian. That's a good ball as well. Nearly. He did well. He's the sort of player who can engineer a little space with his strong footwork. Ulsan. Tracking back well was Imazu. And Adelton, he's done it again. Might have been fouled there. That should be a yellow card if it is. I was going to say, if it is a foul, it has to be a yellow card in that sort of position, doesn't it, for Ulsan? It's an absolutely clear and cynical pull of the shirt. A substitute cautioned. Kobayashi with the restart. And a goal kick. 15,932 spectators have just been announced over the tannoy in the Japan National Stadium. It's a very fine number from Ventforet Kofu. And their supporters will make the journey back to the west of Tokyo, knowing that they've been part of an absolutely extraordinary Champions League campaign. One that they could never have imagined at the start of the 2022 season. How could they possibly have seen this coming? How could anyone have seen this coming? Slip from Eduardo Mancha, and good play from his captain Sekiguchi. He was furious with himself, Eduardo Mancha. And the captain doing what you want your captain to do, which is step in and save the day. So the seconds continue to elapse, the time ticks by, and it draws to a close, doesn't it, this Champions League campaign for Ventforet Kofu. Im Young-jae stopped by Utaka, who now tries to get forward. Sekiguchi. and Ailton. I'm going to have a chance here with Taketomi. Good block though from the substitute Hwang Sok-ho. Yu Sung turns tidily and tightly and finds Kim Min-woo. On one sang to the Swede Gustav Ludvigsson. So much professionalism over these two matches from Ulsan HD. They've never looked like they were going to let this slip away from them. It's been a job really well done by Hong Myung-bo's players, and goodness knows Hong Myung-bo knows a thing or two about top quality defending. He was one of the finest defenders in the world. Did spend quite a bit of time playing in Japan as well, did the Ulsan HD manager. Played for Belmari Hiratsuka 1997, 1998, and also a couple of years at Kashiwa Reysol. They are seeing the game out now with no complications, the team in white. And they'll turn their attentions to the quarter-final stage of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. Who will they meet? That will all be answered soon. Won Sang, blocked by Imazu, kept his arms by his side just to be sure. There hasn't really been anything of note at all for Mohamed Taki in the video review role to scrutinise. Been a game refereed calmly and innocuously by Maud Bonyadifad. When his shot striking the post gave Kim Ji-hyun that early goal. Who knows how different things might have been. Can they get one? Utaka, it will not fall for him, will it? Oh, it just isn't his day, it's not their day. Taketomi and Utaka involved. I think some of the Ventforet Kofu players think there was a foul in there somewhere, and indeed there is a review going on at the moment. So the game delayed for a video review check to see whether Peter Utaka was impeded or someone was impeded. And the review has been concluded. Kobayashi with the corner kick, a good corner kick, they've got one! For all time's sake, one last dance. Kazushi Mitsuhiro gets his first ever AFC Champions League goal. And if they go home happy now, the Ventforet Kofu fans. What a good corner kick, and what a good header. Kobayashi, perfect delivery, and Mitsuhira finishing well. The 36-year-old with a moment to remember in his career. The first time he's found the back of the net in Asia's flagship club competition. And it is absolutely what they deserve from this game. It does not diminish the quality of Ulsan HD's performance over these couple of matches. Could they win it potentially here, at least on the night? Adailton ends up running into trouble, and the shot goes over the top. Got themselves into a little hot water there, the team from Korea Republic. Would have been extraordinary if Mitsuhira had managed to steer that one in. It was slightly bobbling as he went to strike it. So Ludvigsson will chase this down from Kim Min-woo. How much additional time? 4 minutes, not a great deal, but enough time for Ventforet Kofu to snatch that second goal and send their fans home overjoyed. Though I think, to be frank, they're going to go home thrilled anyway. They did phenomenally to make it out of the group stage. Taketomi. Utaka tries to create space for a shot, needs a little help now. Finally it comes on the wing, but Ludvigsson had got back into the right place. Sang might try and go through on his own. Sang, great challenge from Yuta Imazu. He was waiting there, Sang, for someone to bite, and they didn't. But let's just remind ourselves as the game draws to a close that you're watching here a team from the Japanese second tier, a team who qualified for the AFC Champions League by winning the Emperor's Cup despite barely staying in the second division. They only finished 8th last season, and they're taking on the reigning champions of Korea Republic and 4-time K-League champions and 2-time Champions League winners. On paper, they should be able to stand next to each other and coexist peacefully. It's an absolutely credible result at the end of an incredible story. Kawata with the free kick. Ludvigsson, who's had a positive Champions League campaign, scoring 3 times. Sol has an overlap here coming from Ulsan. Excellent football. That's a very stylish move. Ju Min-kyu with the goal. And that really was intricate and intelligent from Ulsan HD. And it's now 5-1 on aggregate, 2-1 on the night. Ju Min-kyu with 3 goals over these 2 games. But the run, this is great timing from Ulsan. And what a good delivery it is. He's played a vital role in both of the goals, Ulsan. Anticlimactic ending, ultimately, for Ventforet Kofu, as they try just to get the last word, and they will get the last attack, probably. The goalkeeper, KOR is coming up to attack this. Meanwhile, Kim Young-gwon is injured. Well, they've had so many fairy tale fantasy moments that it wouldn't be out of the question to see KOR get their last goal in the Champions League. Goalkeeper is forward. Joe punches. All dreams ultimately are ones from which you must awaken, but that doesn't mean you can't enjoy the memories. This has been a fantasy from start to finish for Ventforet Kofu, a second division team who've gone all the way through to the round of 16 in the AFC Champions League, who've done their best against the great Ulsan HD, 2-time winners of this competition. They depart, but they've left their mark on the competition, and will always remember the phrase, as swift as the wind, as silent as a forest, as fierce as fire, as immovable as a mountain. Ventforet Kofu, the Windy Forest, they are out. They've lost 5-1 on aggregate, but they're in the record books. It's one of the most extraordinary stories in the AFC Champions League. It finishes Ventforet Kofu 1, Ulsan HD 2, and 5-1 on aggregate. So the team from the Republic of Korea go through to the quarter-final stage of the 2023-2024 AFC Champions League. It's been a great pleasure having your company for all of the action from the Japan National Stadium in Tokyo, and we'll leave you with scenes of celebration as Ulsan HD continue their march towards what they hope will be a 3rd AFC Champions League title.